Kia ora whānau and Sin Chow. We are going to do something a little bit different. I've talked about a couple of my commander decks. Now I am going to talk about my White Angel 60 card deck. I previously had this deck and I have since changed it as of today, which is why we are going through this. This will become a YouTube video as well. Once I get the card out, bear with me, sorry. So we're going to do a full reveal of what it is and everything as well. So just bear with me. I don't have a tripod, unfortunately, so I'm just going to quickly put this down. I'll get the last cards out. Cool. Sorry about that. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing is we're going to go through each and every single card. Welcome. And just basically go through what it is that we are doing. So this is my White Angel deck. I'm going to flip it over so that you guys can actually see the cards properly. So yeah, this is my Magic the Gathering one. Just bear with me. I really need to learn how to flip camera. There we go. Hopefully you can see that. Cool. Okay, so as you can see, first I got an Angel token. So the intention is basically with this deck is Lifelink. Which is the most important thing. Sorry, let me just try to not get the sheen from the things. It might be better if I just hold the cards up, so we're going to do that instead. So 60 cards. We play sort of like tabletop Magic. So the first one is a Planar Disruption, which is a 1 and a white. This isn't just plain white. It does have a little bit of red in there. It does have a little bit of black and all that sort of things. So as you can see, it says Enchant Artifact Creature or Planeswalker, enchanted permanent, can't attack or block, and its activated abilities can't be activated. So for 2 mana, that's a very, very good little sort of removal. Well, not removal, but basically a stopper. Then we have Ninth Bridge Patrol. It is 2 mana, again, 1 white and 1 black. A lot of these, when you see the planes, we've got a total of 16 planes in the 60 card deck, which is a little bit low, but then a lot of my monsters are actually, or creatures and spells are low cost. So that's why I've gone, cool, I'll try my best. It has previously won me a game, but I have since changed it because I've had some upgrades. If you see my previous stuff, you will see that I've previously opened up a collector booster box, and I got some really good white removal cards, so those are now in this. So as you can see, Ninth Bridge Patrol, whenever another creature you control leaves the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on Ninth Bridge Patrol. So here's just a 1/1 for 2. But the intention is that, you know, he will get bigger as time goes. And then we have Righteous Cause. Here it's a 5 mana, 3 and a 2 white. Enchantment, whenever your creature attacks, you gain 1 life. So the beautiful about this card is it is not just when I attack, it is when any creature attacks, I can gain a life, which is pretty sweet. Then one of the planes, they're nothing special, they're just stock standards. The next card we've got is Annex Sentry, 2 and a white. Artifact creature Phyrexian Cleric, Toxic 1. Players dealt toxic combat damage by this creature also get a poison counter. So if you don't know, once you have 10 poison counters and it deals damage to the player, then it will actually the player is gone. And it says when Annex of Sentry enters the battlefield, exile target artifact creature or an opponent controls all with mana value 3 or less until this leaves the battlefield. So it's a nice another way of, like, you know, while he stays around, he'll get this bit of time, and he is a 1/4 mana. So for those that are just joining, I am building. I built an Angel deck. This is my white 60 card Magic Angel deck. It is not a commander deck. It is, so I've got multiple copies of some things, and we're just going through the cards. We have 16 white lands, and also in that 16 lands there is also a white and black one. So we've got Soulmender, who is quite a good little one for me. Soulmender is basically a 1 mana 1/1. So as soon as he goes on the 4, he's one of my best cards to get on the straight one. And then you can tap him and you gain 1 life as well. But yeah, it's a pretty good one. Next one we've got is Bane of Bala Ged. So this is an Eldrazi, 7 mana Eldrazi. And it says, whenever Bane of Bala Ged attacks, a defending player exiles 2 permanents he or she controls. So the beautiful thing about this is it's just a bit more... this white deck is more, not so much a control deck, but it does have some control things in it. And it's basically like, stay away from my stuff, attack everybody else. But at the same time, like, if someone does try to attack me, they get some things. Oh, thank you very much for the... thank you very much for that, Luna. You don't have to. Like the thing. I really appreciate that. Then we've got a planes there. So a nice quiet one. Oh, thank you again. Honestly, as I said, you don't have to like the live. I appreciate people engaging with me. So as I said, I was lucky enough to get some new cards with my collector booster box, including Don't Move, which is a 5 mana sorcery, saying destroy all tapped creatures until your next turn. Whenever a creature becomes tapped, destroy it. So that does affect me as well, but at the same time, if I have something to give all of mine as vigilance, then it will do something nice to it. So yeah, quite a cool little card that just cut from the Marvel collector set, and that's a way of again giving me a turn if I need it. Ajani's Pridemate is next. Oh, thank you for the follow, Luna. I really do appreciate that. And that is, if you're following Luna as well, please go follow her, Luna_Moon, Luna. Hello, Olivia, is it? I'm sorry, I can't really read that, but welcome, Olivia. And so that's Ajani's Pridemate. It is a 1 and a white. Creature, cat, soldier, 2/2. Whenever you gain life, you may put a 1/1 counter on Ajani's Pridemate. Now, this is my Lifelink Angel deck, so this can get quite deadly. And I have like 4 of them, maybe 3. I can't remember. There's a lot, and he gets quite big. Then we have Dwarven Priest, which is a 4 mana, 3 and 1 white. Saying whenever Dwarven Priest enters the battlefield, you gain 1 life for each creature you control. And it's a 2/4. Very, very underrated card. It saved me a few times and got me a lot more life as well. As you can see, another planes. A total of 16 planes. This is a brand new card that I just added into my deck. Type Taker. So it's a 1 and a white. It says, during your turn, spells your opponents cast cost 1 more to cast, and abilities your opponents activate cost 1 more to activate, unless they're mana abilities. And then it's got Afterlight 1. When this creature dies, create a 1/1 white and black spirit token with flying. And it's a 2/1. So if I pump him, he can stay around a little bit longer. But predominantly, here's a nice little card to, again, lock people down a bit, leave me alone while I gain life. Next, Fleece Ram is the next one, which is a 1 and a 2 mana, 1 white. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain 1 life, and it's a 0/5. Now, most people will leave this guy on the table, which is great for me because the whole point of my deck is gain life. If I gain life, it helps me with the next one, which is one of my win cons, which is Phaledia Sovereign. Vigilance and Lifelink, 4/6. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 40 or more life, you win the game. So it is a 6 mana. I have previously won with this before, and no, this is not a commander deck where you start with 40 life. So when we play our 60 card games, we start at 20 mana, 20 life, sorry, and then we have to get a bit more. Welcome, Casey. Another planes, as you can see. So this is, as you see, there hasn't been a lot of angels popping up, but they are there, trust me. For example, Light of the Legion is here. Thank you very much for the likes. You don't have to do that. Light of the Legion is a 6 mana, 4 and 2 whites. Creature Angel Flying. Mentor. Whenever this creature attacks, put a 1/1 counter on target attacking creature with lesser power. When Light of the Legion dies, put a 1/1 counter on each white creature you control. So a little bit of proliferation in there, and it is a 5/5. Thank you for the likes, guys. Honestly, you don't have to. I really do appreciate it, but thank you. Next we have Ajani's Welcome, another 1 mana. If this is in my opening hand, it is always on the field. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. So because my deck creates angels, creates tokens, it also, a lot of my creatures are also quite low cost as well, which is why we only have 16 lands. This guy goes quite good with getting more and more life. Then we have an older card, which is Ritual of Steel, 3 mana. Draw a card at the beginning of upkeep of the turn of Ritual Steel, comes in after the turn. So basically, next turn, draw a card, and then enchant creature gets a 0 and +2. So it is just like an attachment. So for example, if I put that on Fidgelair, he becomes a 4/8. So a little bit harder to get rid of. We have planes, another planes. As I said, I have a total of 16 planes. We have the only white-black card that I have, which is why there's only one card that has a little bit of black mana, and it is this card here, Frija's Retribution. It is a saga. It costs 1, 2 white, and a black. And it says, for the first saga, create a 4/4 white angel warrior creature token with flying and vigilance. Number 2, until the end of turn, angels you control gain, tap this, destroy target creature with power less than this creature's power. So, yeah, that could be quite good to help do a little bit of board wiping stuff. And then number 3, of course, angels you control gain double strike until end of turn. And most of these have vigilance as well as flying. Another card that's really, really good is the Soul's Attendant. Again, a 1/1 for 1. And it is whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may gain 1 life. Again, that is not just me, that is anybody. So very, very, very good card in this deck. You combo it with Ajani's Welcome. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. So basically, just having those two, you already gain 2 life. Another Plains. Another new card for me is Season of the Burrow. So this came from the Bloomburrow set, I believe. Sorcery, choose up to 5 cat worths of modes. You may choose the same mode more than once. So I've got either create a 1/1 white rabbit for 1, or if I use 2 cat modes, exile target non-land permanent, its controller draws a card, or 3, return target permanent card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield with an indestructible counter on it. So the intention of this is I would play this, use the number 3, and then create 2 1/1 white ones. And then if I've got something like Soul's Attendant, then I'll get life from that as well. Then we have Fountain of Renewal, a 1 mana artifact, which is at the beginning of your upkeep, you gain 1 life, and you can sacrifice it to draw a card. Believe me, I am not sacrificing it. The whole point is I want to gain life. Another new card, Valkyrie Harbinger, again, 6 mana. Creature, Angel, Cleric, Flying, Lifelink. At the beginning of each end step, if you gain 4 or more life this turn, create a 4 white Angel creature with Flying and a Vigilance. Next one we've got is Plains. Another card that I got that was quite new as well is the Return to the Ranks, which is a sorcery. It says convoke, return X target creature cards with mana value 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. And you can see it's got X white. So this came from the Marvel Collector booster box that I opened on stream. And so basically the intention is if I can get my smaller ones, my smaller one mana ones that might have gone to the battlefield, I can tap this for as many as I want, and then I can bring all of those guys back as well. So yeah, next one we've got is a Foreboding Spirit. This actually helped me quite a few times in one of my games. So it says whenever Foreboding Spirit, it's a 3 mana, 1 and 2 white. Whenever Foreboding Spirit enters the battlefield until your next turn, creatures can't attack you or a planeswalker you control unless the controller plays 2 for each of those creatures. So very similar to Ward, but it's more like if they want to attack me, they've got to pay an extra 2 mana for that creature to do so. Same thing is Crawling Chorus, which is a 1 mana. Toxic 1. Players dealt damage by this creature also get a poison counter. When Crawling Chorus dies, create a 1/1 colorless Phyrexian Might. artifact creature token with toxic 1. This creature can't block. So basically, it doubles itself, basically, which is the intention. Next we got is another plains, and then we have Dazzling Angel. Dazzling Angel is a 3 mana 2/3 flying, and it says whenever another creature you control enters, you gain 1 life. Again, considering I'm creating a lot of angels, more life coming in is good. Then we have the classic Luminous Bonds, which is enchant a creature. Enchanted creature can't attack or block for 3 mana, 2 and a white. And then we have a plains. We have another plains. Another new card coming up, which is Tax Collector, which came from the Assassin's Creed set. It is 1 and a white. It says when Tax Collector enters the battlefield, choose one. You can either choose Tax. Until your next turn, spells your opponent's cast cost 1 or more to cast, or arrest. Detain target creature an opponent controls. Until your next turn, that creature can't attack or block, as in activated abilities can't be activated. So the intention is basically drop this guy and then use the tax part. So that way, if they want to cast any more spells, it's going to cost them another one. Give me a bit more safety, if that makes sense. Then we have Restoration Angel. So it says flash, flying. When Restoration Angel enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-angel creature you control, then return that card to the battlefield under your control. So for example, if we just use the last Tax Collector as well, I can have this guy on here, blink him in, then use the tax one, and then blink him again, and then he comes back in the next turn and does the same thing, for example. And here's a 3/4, and it has cost us 3 blue, 3 and a white. Then we have another Ajani's Pridemate, so 1 and 2. Whenever you gain life, you may put a 1/1 counter on Ajani's Pridemate. He's a 2/2. He gets very, very big, very, very quickly. Then we have a Rogan Triome, which taps for white, blue, or red, and it enters the battlefield tapped, and I can also cycle it for 3. Another Ajani's Welcome. So if I have 2 of these on, every time a creature enters, I'm gaining 2 life from just those cards. Again, 1 mana. I think I had like 4 of them in there. Next one we've got is Righteous Valkyrie. 3 mana. Creature, Angel Cleric, flying. Whenever another Angel or Cleric enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. As long as you have at least 7 life, more than your starting life total, creatures you control get +2/+2, and it's a 2/4. So if I gain 7 more life rather than 27, that's going to help me quite a bit. And then as it says, whenever another angel or cleric enters, I gain the extra life as well. So yeah, it's pretty good. Then we have Angel of the Dawn. It's a 5 mana, 4 and 1, flying. When Angel of Dawn enters the battlefield, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain vigilance until the end of turn, and that is a 3/3. Another plains. Then we have another new card, which is Light of Promise. It is a 2 and white 1. Enchanted Aura. Enchanted creature has, whenever you gain life, put that many 1/1 counters on this creature. So for example, if I tack this to the Ajani's Pridemate, if I gain life, then it's going to gain even more. Or as you saw, I can attach it to one of my other ones. There, speaking of the Ajani's Pridemate, there's another one, so that's my 3rd one. Soulmender, another one. So that's again 1 mana tap for you gain 1 life. For those that don't know, Ajani's Pridemate is basically a 1 and a white, and whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on Ajani's Pridemate, and it is a 2/2. There's another plains. Another sort of protection one is this bad boy, Elshnorn, Grand Cenobite. It is a 7 mana, so it's a bit more pricey than I would do normally, but it is a Praetor 4/7 vigilance. It says other creatures you control get +2/+2. Creatures your opponents control get -2/-2. So another little mini board wipe before I had board wipes in here. Then we have Prowling Felidar here. It is a 4 mana, 3 and 1 white. Vigilance, and then Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on Prowling Felder. So basically just a nice little way of getting him bigger. He does cost 4 mana, but he can, considering there's like 16 lands in there, we could get them quite big. 2 planes. Then we have Martyr's Bond, which is a 6 mana, 4 and 2 white. Whenever Martyr's Bond or another non-land permanent you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a permanent that shares a card type with it. So, for example, if they do a creature, or everyone has to get rid of a creature. If they get rid of an artifact, everyone has to get rid of an artifact. That sort of thing. Angel of Vitality, 3 mana. Flying. If you would gain life, you gain that much life +1. Angel of Vitality gets +2/+2 as long as you have 25 or more life. So he becomes a 4/4. Again, it is a 2/2. And because I've got that white and black card, we have the white and black Goldmire Bridge, artifact land. Enters the battlefield tapped, indestructible, which is kind of good. Add for a white or a black. Then we have another land. We have Vanquish the Horde, which is another new card that I got from the Marvel Collector Booster Box. It is a 8 mana, so it's a little bit much. But it says the spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. Destroy all creatures. So the intention is that if everyone goes a bit crazy, I can drop this for a low cost because there'll be a lot more creatures on there. Play it effectively, hopefully for free. And then that will destroy all the creatures, reset the board, and then I would put something else down, if that makes sense. Resplendent Angel, which is 3 mana, 1 and 2 white. Flying. At the beginning of each end step, if you gained 5 or more life this turn, create a 4/4 white angel creature taken with flying and vigilance. And then I can also pay 3 and then 3, so 6 mana. Until the end of the turn, a Resplendent Angel gets +2/+2 and gains lifelink. So basically, if I haven't gained life, I can attack with her, give her the pump of the 6. She then goes to a 5/5 and does the 5 life for me. So yeah, nice little way to do that. And we've got 2 cards left. The next one is Springjack Shepherd, which is a 4 mana chroma. When Springjack Shepherd comes into play, put a 0/1 white goat token creature into play for each white mana symbol in your mana costs of permanents you control, and it's a 1/2. And you might be saying, why are you doing that? It doesn't really make sense with the rest of your deck. Because my deck also works on you wanting to have creatures being created, what will happen is this guy comes out. If I've got, say, 7 white devotion, then that creates 7 goats. If one of the Ajani's Pridemate is, every time and the Soulmender is, I can gain a life for each one, or something. So yeah, it works with my other cards. And then the last card is, quite funnily, a Plains. So effectively, that is all of my, that is my 60 card deck that I have changed and made a little bit different. Let me know what you think. What would you guys change? Would you have? Would you add anything? Would you like another one of these videos in the future? All that sort of things I do want to know. But yeah, it does run pretty good. As I said, it does have a couple of different win conditions in there as well, and it can get quite big quite fast. And with there being that many low cost cards, it does help that I don't need heaps and heaps and heaps of mana. But yeah, it's been pretty cool. But yeah, feel free, let me know what you think. What kind of cards do you play? Do you play white? Do you play black? Do you play mono? Do you play other cards? Are you a blue player? You're not a blue player, I hope. But yeah, other than that is pretty much the stream. Lots of different cards to go through. Thank you very much, and hopefully everyone is doing well. Hang on, let me just turn the camera. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I hope everyone enjoyed it. And yeah, we will hopefully talk to you guys later. Let me know what you think. I will, as I said, upload this onto my YouTube as well, which is Costas Enterprises. And yeah, I'll let you know how the new deck went. We're also playing another Commander game this weekend as well. So yeah, it should be pretty good. But thank you for watching. Hope you have a fantastic one. See you guys later. Bye.